A very warm welcome to this lecture series on marketing management, and I just welcome every participants over here on this particular discussion. This lecture series, I am Nishant Kumar Singh, working as an assistant professor with Department of Management Studies at GL Bajaj Institute of Management and Research, Greater Noida. And today we are going to cover up a very important topic in the unit 3rd of the marketing management subject of as per the prescribed syllabus of the university, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow. And the topic that is under discussion for today is product mix strategies basically. So, before we are moving ahead and let's have a look at what exactly we are going to cover up and unfold in today's discussion on this particular topic. So, have a very quick look on the topic to be covered today. So, looking at the presentation, we can figure it out that basically that the topic that we are going to cover up is what is basically a product mix. Before we are going to unfold what kind of strategies that marketers are adopting into the market, basically we must know and understand that what exactly a marketing mix is. Then we need to understand that what all dimensions are there or what are parameters are there, or basically if I can say I can put it into more simple words, basically that what exactly are the things that makes it a marketing mix or product mix, sorry. What are those parameters and factors that are making it and are a part of this mixture and are comprising and altogether making it a product mix basically. The next topic that we are going to cover up is what are those factors which are there which are going to affects the product mix in this particular discussion, and they are very important for a marketer to understand, because ultimately if these factors are being tackled up and understood in a more wiser way, they can give you an idea and understanding about what are those gray areas that in the market situation when you are focusing upon to grow your own business, that what you need to ponder upon before you are taking up any kind of discussion and decisions in terms of a strategic move of an organization. The next topic that we are going to cover up within this in the today's discussion of this particular topic, that is product mix strategies, is the product mix strategy itself basically. So, what are those strategies that are already predefined and being discussed, that are very well thought of, that needs to be developed, that needs to be basically implemented in a more strategic way that gives a more and a better outcome for the organization in a longer run. So, without taking much of your time, I am just taking you very quickly through the presentation, and so that we can develop an understanding of what are these product mix and product mix strategies. Here we go. So, the first being the first what we are discussing in this particular presentation is basically that product mix basically. Product mix, also called as the products assortment, is the set of all the products and the items a particular seller offers for a sale basically. It means to highlight basically that as we can see into lot of firms and organizations, they are not offering only single products. There is a series of products that are being offering that into by an organization. We will be seeing in the next slide that what I will be picking up one example over there. I can just take an example of a very famous brand that we have, the Ayurvedic brand, that is Patanjali. So, they are dealing into a number of categories of products that they are offering. So, all the products that are being offered by Patanjali or any other organization, that all together makes a product mix. Let us have another look at what exactly product mix is. Product mix denotes the complete set of all products offered for sale by a company. That means, by any identified organization, all set of products that are being offered for sale, they all are called as the product mix of that particular organization. Like it's, if I suppose if I say all the automobile sector, within the automobile sectors, within the two wheeler, the products, that the vehicles that are being offered by the Bajaj are the different ranges of the product vehicle, the two wheeler bikes, that are all the called as the product mix of that particular company. The next we have, we can look into the Maruti. They are different products that are being offered by the Maruti. They all are altogether comprising and making it as the product mix of Maruti. The different within, if I can move into the mobile segment, the all different products that are being offered by an MI or the Samsung or the Lenovo or the into the laptops, every category, that different brands and category that we have. So, all set of products that are being offered by any identified organizations in the market for sale is altogether all product comprises and makes it a product mix basically. Product mix and product line, these are two very important definitions, and these are two very important thing that needs to be discussed upon basically before we can move ahead of it. Basically the complete agenda is about product mix, but before we can move further we will be discussing about the product line also. Product lines are these are two expressions that are used in connections with the range and variety of the products of the firm basically. So, what they are trying to highlight basically that they are discussing and they are trying to cover up the aspect that what are the kind of the product range and the variety of the products that are being offered by an organization for sale basically. So, that is why they become very important from an organizational perspective also to understand, and we as a marketer you the students, those who are like acquiring the understanding about this particular topic, they must develop a kind of an understanding before moving into the market, that what exactly exactly they are basically and how they are basically contributing towards an organizational strategic move into the market basically. So, let us begin with one of the aspect and then we can develop an understanding and then we are going to unfold the other aspects. So, the first that is the product line. A group of closely related products constitutes a product line basically. So, that means the definition is very clearly identifying and expressing the things, and that's a group of closely related products constitutes a product line basically. It means to highlight that if we are looking into one set of category of products which are related into one aspects are constituting a one product line. Suppose if I say a company and a brand name like HUL is offering a product range into the category of skin care. If I say an hair care, so all the products are having a common characteristic related to hair. So, that means by that way they are actually synchronizing and falling into one array of product categories, and they are closely related into one aspects, and that is why they are being called as a one product line for that particular organizations. Okay. Let us have a look at the next slide basically. I have given you a very systematic way by which we can identify and say that what is a different product line for. Like suppose just now I said that for a company there is one product line is for the skin care, one I said it for the hair care, and one I said it for the we can take it in the laundry care. So, like over here if I say it is a detergent, or we can say in the washing bar. Product line hair care, maybe we can talk about the shampoos, we can talk about the hair oil, we can talk about the hair creams that we have over here. In the skin care we can talk about products related to, like if I say it is a sunscreen, maybe we are talking about products related to body lotions, maybe we are talking about products related to other aspect like day care cream, night care creams, we are talking about creams related to anti-aging creams. So, if I can like figure it out and we can discuss these aspects over here, what we can very clearly say and mention over here that they all are constituting the aspects of what that means. They are having a one common characteristics and they are falling into one particular area, and that is why they are being considered as a one product line, and that is why it is written over here there. It is one product line 2 and product line 1 basically. So, that means what we have seen is the group of products having a similar set of characteristics are being considered as, which are closely related product constitutes a product line. That is what the definition that it is defining, and that is what we have been covering up over there also. Now, the next thing is that we need to cover over here, and that basically defines also the product mix. We are going to cover up in the very next slide basically. So, what are the various dimensions of the product mix basically? They are the product width, depth, length, consistency, and the item and the SKUs basically. Okay. So, once we say it is SKU basically it means to highlight that what it means to say over here that that basically these are the dimensions or these are the factors which are there into any product mix that are being offered by an organization, or we can say the any product mix of an organization are segregated into these factors and dimensions. Basically, we are going to cover up them one by one. Let us take them one by one. So, what we are saying that what is a product width? Let us have a look at the definition, then I'll elaborate the things in a much more wider way. So, what is a product width basically? If I talk about the width, basically this is what I am trying to say, width. So, over here it means width of the company mix denotes the number of product lines in a company. Okay, I will get you back to the particular definition that particular. So, over here if I say what is the width of this particular company's product mix. So, this becomes the width of this particular, because width says that the number of product line offered by an organization in the market. So, this becomes the, so this organization XYZ is having these three as their product lines. So, width of this particular organizational product mix is this much only, this line 1, line 2 and line 3 all together they are maintaining, and they are constituting it as like the one product width of this particular thing. The next one is product depth basically. Product depth of the product mix denotes the total number of items in under each product or brands in the product line, like model, variants and pack size, like the model, variant and the pack size. What needs other to be points that needs to be very importantly to be understood over here is, in the product mix denotes the total number of items in under each products and brands in the product line. That means every item of that particular product brand of that particular product line which is coming up, what kind of variation do we get in that particular things, that is what we are calling it as the product depth. Let us take an example, like it's, if I suppose if we say that the Lux brand is coming into different variants, there are a lot of colors that they are coming up with lot of like rose and petals are coming up, and then they are coming up into very small, like there is a 10-gram soap, there is a 50-gram soap, or like we can say there are a lot of variants into that particular 20-gram soaps are coming up. So, those variants and variations that are coming up, they are being called as the depth in that particular product mix basically for that particular brands. And like the packet size that we get particular thing, like if we see in the Coke and the Pepsi, so there are small bottles, there are bigger 1 liter, 1.5 liter bottles, then there are 2 liter bottles. So, they becomes the variant in that particular aspects basically. So, product depth talk about the number of items in each product and brands in the product lines having different models, variant and pack size. Based on that we are saying it a product depth basically. The next one is product length basically. Product length in a product mix is decided by the number of product and brands in the line. That means, I have a line, number of product and that are there in the complete product mix offered in the different product line, that all together constitutes the product length. In a product mix is decided by the number of products or brands in the product line. The number of products that we have in every brand line increases the length of that particular product mix. So, that is what is called as the third dimension is the product length of that particular product mix. Then the number of the next is product item stock keeping units, SKUs is we can say, individual items of the product brand which are being offered for the sale. Like suppose if I say this is a one product line, I will just take a look over here. I will just say that this is a product mix of an organization. There are 3 product lines. Within product lines there are 2 items. They have 2 variation. Now, this defines the depth, this defines the length, this defines the width. So, what I am saying is this one product, suppose if I say Lux 2 gram of that particular Lux. So, this becomes the one individual item that are being offered in the sale. Like if I suppose if I say Sunsilk thick and strong is one product, that too into the pouch format. Within like hair care, if I say this is the shampoo, within shampoo if I say it is this one is like the Sunsilk, within Sunsilk if I say this one is the pouch format, within pouch one this one is thick and strong, the pouch one. So, by this way we are coming to the one individual item which is there in that particular product mix which an organization is selling. So, that one individual items that we are telling, that are being considered as the product item and the stock keeping unit. Individual items of a product or a brand which are being offered for sale, that are being considered as the product items basically. The next and the last aspect or the dimension of a product mix is consistency. So, it's quite clear with the definition of that particular, like with the term itself, that means consistency, that means it is having a quite of similarity, resemblance with matching with what we are having basically. Let us have a look with that particular aspect also. So, consistency of the product mix describes how closely product lines are related to each other in terms of what, like if I have, suppose if I have 2 to 3 product line, as I have taken example over here, like is hair care, is skin care, or like laundry care, if I have taken an example over here, like, so how much consistency, that means how much the product lines that are being offered by an organizations are related to each other in the terms of, on what parameters they should be related to one another. That is what we are discussing in the terms of the production requirement. That means, if I am offering 2 different product lines, are they related to one another in terms of the kind of products, how they are being manufactured. Like suppose if I say the bathing soap and the laundry soap that we are having. So, like they require a similar kind of manufacturing, but maybe they require a different kind of ingredients that are required for its manufacturing. For a detergent soap and for a bathing soap, that requires a different ingredient, but yes, the kind of production technology that are being used are like more or less the similar basically. The distribution network and use of maybe in any other way, maybe once they are put up in the shelf basically, how like they are put into one only segment basically, like we see as we move into or step into any kind of the multi-storied, or we can say these kind of giant retail outlets basically, what we see that on a one go there are like apparel segment, then all the apparels will be there, like for the kids sections will be there, then the female section will be there, and then the male segment will be there. So, by that way they are classifying, that means every kind of products that are there, like they are being segregated in that particular. Once we look into that, then there are hair care segment, then there are oral care segment, then there are like skin care segment, then there are cosmetics and other segments are also there. So, they are also lying in the same direction on that particular store outlet. So, that is why that means they are being placed, sold, and if a customers who are stepping into that particular stores are moving in, and they will be definitely looking into that particular segment, then will be having that kind of need only. So, that is by way they are trying to convey that what kind of consistency your different product lines are having with one another. That is the purpose of it basically, and trying to identify that in what way they are consistent in terms of their production requirement, in terms of their distribution requirement, in terms of their end use, or maybe in any other way if the product lines are having a kind of consistency with one another. Okay. So, the next slide that I have is what is the factors which are affecting the product mix basically. So, what I can see is the change in the market demand, like as an organization, or we as an organization, if we having a different kind of product ranges or the product line that we are offering, what are those factors which might be impacting our product mix. So, they connect basically the market demand. So, by default if my products demands are obsoleting, or they are increasing, or my consumer needs are changing basically. So, by that way definitely I will be having a different set of need requirement, and by that way only my product mix will also be changing. The next is the cost of production. Definitely if my production is not giving me that kind of benefits, I might be requiring something that can help me out in terms of my production requirement, and definitely I might be dropping up certain products which are no more required, or that are causing me an extra burden to that particular thing. So, definitely in that sense also I will be looking into the production aspect or the manufacturing aspect that are associated. The quality of the production, suppose if the quality of the technology that I am deploying into my production is not as per up to the mark, and definitely I will be needing up the things that can help me to improve the quality of the production also. So, that way also it is affecting my product mix also. Advertisement and distribution cost basically. If I am incurring too much of distribution cost or an advertising cost regarding to that the particular product that I am offering in my product mix, definitely if it is not giving me that kind of benefit, I will be definitely switching into or I may be dropping up the products into with another product also. Maybe I might be innovating, or I may be dropping up the product. So, that might be the strategy that we are going to uncover in the next slides basically. maybe based on the competitors also or the level of competition that are existing into the market, I have to decide and redesign. Maybe I have to come up with new products, more variety, more choices, more variants, more of new product lines I have to incorporate just to be in the market and just to remain ourselves into the market basically. The company itself, maybe the company is coming up, the company's vision, mission and objectives are like not in line with the things. So, I have to take care of the things, and definitely as per the company's changing objectives and purposes, I need to redefine and redesign my product mix, so that I can cater to the needs and objectives of the organization. The next one is changing consumer needs and demand. Basically, that is the very basic purpose that an organization is existing into the market. If we are not able to offer the as per the needs and expectation of the consumer, definitely we need to have a very thorough thought on that particular aspects, and if the needs are changing, we need to modify, redesign, redevelop, or we need to add a more of flanker products into the choices of the product mix. By that way also it is affecting the product mix, and of course the financial status of the organization itself. If the financial capabilities are like depleting, definitely the company is bound to take a very strong and very firm decisions in context to the product mix also, because everything is requiring a lot of cost, developing and maintaining a product into the same market, and then like coming up with lot of new innovation, that everything is requiring cost. If the company is not of that kind of financial, or the company's financial position is depleting over day by day over a period of time, the company is definitely going to drop or may have to take a lot of very strong and firm decisions related to the financial aspect of it. Okay. So, here comes the last factors and the parameters that we are bound to discuss in this particular discussion, and that is the product mix strategies basically. So, there are 3-4 strategies over here that we are going to cover up, and that I'll make you also how to easy to remember and recall basically. The first strategy is like, I'll just draw a diagram over here. Like suppose if I say this is my product mix for like product line 1, product line 2, we have a product line 3. So, these are the individual items that I have over here. So, what I do is like, what are the ways by which I can improve my product mix basically. So, what way I can do is either I can increase this way, I can increase this way, or I can increase this way. I will take them one by one. So, what I can do is I can improve my product mix by this way. That means, I start adding more product lines into it. Product line 4, product line 5. By that way I will be coming up over here in that particular context. So, that is called as line adding more product lines in the product mix. That could be the one strategy. Maybe I might be dealing into the aspects of like I had been into only into the home care or personal care products, but somehow I tried my level best and I have come up into the automobile sector also. Maybe I am coming into altogether into a new product line. Depending on the kind of technology, depending on the kind of capacity, depending on the kind of the resources that I have, these decisions are being taken by an organization to organization. The next one is lengthening of the product line in the product mix. That means, now I have added a more line. Now, I just want to stretch up this line more. I want to stretch the line more in that particular aspects. Now, there are 3 ways of stretching a line. That means, either I can go a downward stretch, maybe I can go an upward stretch, maybe I can move for a 2-way stretching of the product line. So, once I say that I have to go for a downward stretch, that means I am there already into the middle market and I want to go to a lower end market basically. That means, when the company notices a strong growth even in the lower end market, then only the company is going to take the decision that I am going to step down to that particular market and offer my product and services. When the company wish to tie up the lower end competitor to stop them there itself, maybe when a company finds that there is a competitor there is an alternative substitute available in the lower end market, lower segments of the market. If I am not going to combat with that particular competitor then and there itself, definitely over a period of time it is going to grow up and come up and make my stability tougher in my current market situation. So, that is why in order to handle that particular competitor in there and there itself market, I can step down to that particular market and handle it very wisely. The next one, when a company may find that the middle market is stagnating, maybe that market is saturating and now I have to grow and expand my market, maybe I can move to a downward market and by that way I will be doing up the things. Example, when the Toyota and Honda entered into the lower market segment, like the way Maruti was doing for the lower end market, like the lower hatchback cars basically. So, by that way also they have entered into, so that they can be in the competition with the Maruti itself in that particular market. the upward market stretch, that means I am moving in the upper one to the higher end market. Maybe when I find to in the higher end market to have to achieve a more of growth, maybe when I realize that there are more of higher end margins, more of profit, there is more of growth propensities over there. Maybe to position themselves, maybe I just want to project myself in my competitors market or into the complete market, a kind of an image and an identity that yes, I am a kind of an organization which is not only focusing on to only one set of segment of products, but I am having a very wider range of product range. I can cater into the lower end, the middle end and into the upper end also. The last but not the least was the two-way stretching of the market. That means I am not only stretching, one-way stretching was I can stretch it up in this particular way, I can stretch the upward stretch, I can stretch in this way, and now I am saying that I am stretching into the complete two-way stretching that I am doing in that means I am trying to enter into the both segment of the market. Maybe the two-way stretching example I can give is that when the Titan introduced in the middle market, in order to introduce it themselves into the higher end market, they have come up with the brand name like Titan Edge, Nebula and Xylus, and in order to enter and to capture the lower end segment of the market, they have come up with a brand that is called as Sonata. So, by that way they have stretched themselves that they want to capture with the every market segment. So, they have come up with the higher end, a very higher price product also, the middle range products also, and the lower end like the Sonata also, so that they can cater to the needs of every set of segments of the market. So, that is what is all about the line stretching basically. The next is line filling, that means I have a line, I started filling more items in the same line, maybe more of variants also. Lengthening its product line filling motivation include achieving incremental income, pleasing distribution who complain that about missed sale due to the missing product from them, excess of attempting to become a leading full line company and simply filling the gaps to keep the rivals away. That means I am adding more of product choices into that particular product range. Maybe I am coming with more of variants, more of choices. Maybe the same the automobile company has started coming with new variants in terms of the new colors of that particular product also. By that way I am filling up so that I can cater to the needs of the people who are there in the market basically. The next strategies could be the line deepening basically. It is achieved by introducing more product, more version, style, shape, size and under a specified product brands basically. So, that means I am trying to cover up with more brands, like I have come up with an example that is a Chota Pichku, that an example that I like to share. When the company tried to cover up with like a short term usage of Pichku packets of the sauces that have come up into the market. So, they have given up, like they are going deeper into the kind of variations that they are giving to the product within that particular product items that are being offered. The next one is line pruning basically. Company could carry some products that yield lower or no margins in the product line. That means sometimes company finds that the product is no more or is furthermore it is not giving a kind of benefits to the organization, maybe due to any kind of circumstances or situation that might arise. Maybe the product performance is not good, maybe the sales is not good, maybe the innovation is not being done with that particular product, maybe the innovation is not possible with that particular product, maybe the product is not as per the needs and changing requirements of the consumer. So, definitely company may decide in order not to carry the non-profitable products, furthermore they can drop with that particular product, and that is what is being done, that is I can erase up with certain products which are not actually giving me the right set of benefits in the longer run. And the next and the last two is line modernization, a technique in which the product in the product line are updated and are relaunched to meet the modern styling and taste. As we have seen many a time, Maruti has relaunched the same most acclaimed car of that particular segment, that is WagonR, with lot of variants and lot of changes in the model that we can see in the WagonR. So, that could be that what we can see as a line modernization. They do not want to drop off with the product, they just want to upgrade and update the products. Last one is product line featuring, a technique in which a special promotional attention is being paid to some products in a product line, either to fuel interest at the lower end of the line or a picture at the upper end line. Maybe sometimes the organization, they are not focusing on the complete product line, they just want to highlight one of their product and they just want to feature themselves as one of them. So, by that way they can cover up, like over a period of time, as we see in the Hindustan Unilever Limited, there are a lot of products that are being but there are only few which are being known by the others, the rest others are not known to the people. Like to the general public also that these are also the product which are being offered by the Hindustan Unilever Limited. So, that is what they are trying, either they can pitch up with the both end, they can come up with a higher end product that they are offering, or they can even feature themselves one of the lower end product that they are offering into the market. So, these are the some of the kind of the strategies that are being used, and I hope that the agenda that was there in line that we have like very aptly covered it up in this particular discussion. Thank you so much for that.